The purpose of this video is to discuss our project COVID222.org with you, and in particular, why we have these three twos in the name of our project. Let's start with the first two. So suppose a person, we'll call them person 0, is out and about, and for whatever reason they're sick. Could be just about anything. Could be the flu, a cold, could be COVID, maybe some other infliction. And in this case here, you're around them for whatever reason. Maybe you're around them for a while in a grocery store, you're talking to them, or whatever the case may be, you're around them. And let's just say that as sort of the interaction between you and them goes on, they sneeze or cough or exhale, or you're just engaged in a long conversation with them. At some point, the droplets that come from their respiratory system will get out and airborne, and you may very well breathe them in. So what can happen in this point is now you, which are, say, person 1 in this scenario here, might get sick. And there's a couple of things that you could do in this case here. One is you could get kind of mad. You could start to say, well, why is this person even out and about and they're sick? How come they didn't warn me? Why didn't I stay away? And all these things. But the problem in the case of the pandemic that we're undergoing right now, which is COVID-19, is COVID-19 has this reproduction factor of 2. So what that means is not only are you getting sick now, but on average, this same person can get 2 people sick. So this can be, say, person 2. That's the nature of the first 2 in the name of our project, COVID222.org. But the chain continues, because now that you're sick, because the average reproduction rate of, say, in this case, COVID-19 is 2, you're likely to get 2 other people sick, as is that other person. They're likely to get 2 people sick. And now that these people are all starting to get sick, so this person is getting sick, all of these people are sick, and so on, you can see what starts to happen now is these 2 people are going to get sick because of that person. These 2 people are going to get sick because of that person. And you can sort of see how the chain continues, how quickly it is for people to get sick. So the question is, to go back to you, what are you supposed to do? Well, it's not going to help really to get upset. It's just too late now. You're sick. But what is important to do now is to somehow get in here and stop this chain of infections that occurs sort of on the area of this branching where you happen to exist on. Because if we can somehow put a stop to this, if you can decide to get a stop and to stop, instead of looking back and getting angry at the person who got you sick, you look forward and go, you know what, I'm going to prevent people in the future from getting sick. Then what can happen is this entire chain of infections over here can sort of be knocked out if you can make a proper decision now that you may have been infected. You can knock out this entire chain here, and you can see what you've done to future infections is you've sort of cut it way down to just these. People are still getting sick, but you've cut it down. But the question then is, what can you possibly do then about this person getting sick? If you just could have known that they were sick, or you could have known that they maybe were around infectious people in the previous days, maybe you could have done something about that. Tune into the next video to see what maybe you could have done about that.